That's what I said. It's hard to target an entity name unknown, especially considering that may just be the default response text rather than what it actually means. That actually work? Just for entity type unknown is invalid. Yeah, entity type unknown is invalid. If I do just test for at e, it finds it, but doing type equals unknown doesn't work. Um, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to target the hook at all. Um, I'd be able to target the hook if I grab the bounding box of the playable area of where the hook should be. As long as I did a test for type cow, type sheep, would that work? Do I actually have any sheep or cows spawned? I don't think I do. Alrighty. So I got 3 cows and 1 sheep summoned. Um. Hmm. It's ignoring the last. No, it's ignoring the first type parameter. There might be a way to do a target selector on that with the type being a array of things. Let me look up at the wiki to see if there's anything about that. Uh, type, type. Type. I don't see anything on the wiki about that. Let's see. Minecraft. Type selector argument array. Exclude multiple entity types. If I could set MBT data on them, uh, or at least use the type indicator to grab them, it'd be so much easier. I wonder why they don't have an entity name. Especially considering the fishing rod was added pretty early on. looking at the selector uh, arguments, and I'm not finding anything that's useful. Yeah, I can specify coordinate radius. Game mode doesn't really make sense. Count wood. Experience doesn't make any sense. I could maybe... if all the mobs that got spawned had some sort of score associated with it, I'd be able to exclude all the entities that have that particular score. I think that's the only way I would be able to grab the fishing hook specifically. Yeah, say if those mobs had a scoreboard objective of is not hook, and it's set to 1, I should have... with that, I should be is not hook. I should be able to do something like this. Test for at E. Not score is not hook equals 1 to grab everything from this area that is a hook. I tried setting the name of the hook though once it was out. It didn't work. Unless a named fishing rod sends a fishing hook itself that gets that same name, which might actually work if it did. What is the item tag for naming things? Tag display name. I don't think I understand what you're talking about, Nat. Let's see, selector's name, player name. the heck just updated? Like, literally everything. Let me go ahead, set the difficulty back to 0. I don't need the hostile mob spawning. Execute at A, blah blah blah. Scoreboard player set at E, type da da. You know, something came to mind regarding the scoreboard. I wonder if there's a trigger that has a criteria type of the fishing hook. Like, is there a criteria trigger that does the fishing hook at all? If I can grab that the player uses a fishing hook, I can toggle a 1 and 0 for that bit, if they've used it or not. Don't see anything in that list. Start with an F. There is a fishing rod. Stat.useItem.minecraft.fishingrod. Scoreboard, objectives. Set display, sidebar, used hook. Alright, so it recognizes when I send it out, but not reel it back in. Is there a way to... check for another trigger, perhaps? Used hook back. Stat.useItem. Let's see. Gravel, stained glass pane, filled map, iron hoe, TNT, torch, dark oak stairs, dragon egg, brewing stand, more stairs, pickaxe, fish, stairs, rail, clock, arrows, rabbits. Stone axe, speckled melon. Is that what that's called internally? That's interesting. My thoughts for this was, since it's detecting when the player throws it out, if I use that information and use a PvP advantage to it, where like they spend some points to get rid of someone's hook that they have to rehook or something, I don't want to target just anyone's hook. I want to be able to target people that actually have their hook out. That way you could do this with a you buy it for one person, or if it's like a 5v5 kind of game, you could buy it for all 5 people, or just 1, 2, 3, or 4 people, depending on how many people actually have their hooks out, of course. That's what I was going for anyway. Is there any other fishing rod ones related here? Feather, fireworks, flint, farmland, fence, fishing rod, fence gate, flower pot, fire charge, fish. Furnace minecart. Huh. Didn't even realize that was a thing still. Well, I did, but still it shouldn't be a thing anymore. I don't think anyone uses those anymore. R failed me. I got raids, but not like fishing rod reel or reeled in fishing rod, something like that. The only other way I could think of doing that with that method is using a timer of some sort, because I believe the fishing bobber can only be out for a minute before it's automatically reeled back in, unless I changed at some point. Of course, that means if the points were spent to get rid of someone's ability to fish for a minute or something, or whatever the case may be, they could be spending it on nothing. And that's actually something else I would want to do with that then. Even if I don't make it where the enemy team can, or the whatever the case may be, stop you from actually using the fishing hook for a while, or whatever it may be as a quote unquote punishment, I would want to be able to see the amount of times that the hook was reeled in as well as out, as a statistics type of thing for the player, so they can see how many times they attempted. If there was a way to detect if the hook actually hit something as well, I would want to see that. Give them a accuracy kind of thing. Target selector for where the name is unknown. Just for any type, not type, name unknown. It found unknown. That actually did work. Yeah, that actually worked. Wow. I need to go make note of that. Really? It's one character too wide to fit on that. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of the at E portion. Fishing rod, hook, name. Now that does make me wonder if there's any other entities out there that are unknown. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna name anything unknown. Here's a question. Let's see. Summon cow relative to here. Custom name unknown. For quotes. Custom name visible 1. Is it not visible? I swear it was visible. Yeah, custom name visible. Why are you not always appearing above the head? Did I typo? Custom name visible 1. No? Weird. Anyway. Is it case sensitive? It is case sensitive. So if I wanted to actually name something unknown, I could use the uppercase U and bam, done. It's good to know that this is case sensitive. Sign. Names are case sensitive. Alrighty. I didn't know that. It might have. I know in the previous snapshot version, I didn't have any issues with the custom name visible. Let me see if I can actually do this. Alright, so it's got a name. I'm not looking at it. entity data, e name is unknown, and then custom name visible 1. It updated it. I believe so anyway. Where is it in the list? Yeah, custom name visible 1. It's in there. Yeah, custom name unknown, health 10, heal of 10. Custom name visible 1. Did that change at some point? I mean, I suppose it could have changed at some point, but I would have figured the wiki would have had that change in there. Unless unknown in this particular case is just a weird name for it to have. Let me name it Bob. Whoops. It's like they removed custom name visible. Maybe it's a string now? No. What is it on the wiki? Custom name visible should be a... It is a byte. What is a byte? Symbol B? 1B? No. Yeah, I don't know why the name's not showing. Yeah, I don't understand that. It's a bit weird. Yeah, all the information's there. Where did the snapshot broke custom name visible? I really can't think of any other reason. Ah, killed Bob. Anyway, let me do the entity detection now. Oh, was that only 2 blocks deep? I wanted it 3. Let's go ahead and stand back on here. -1, -252. That is positive Z, right? It is. There. And I forgot about the X value. That should be, yep, there we go. Alrighty, there we go, it's 3 deep. Yes, I killed Bob. Kill Bob 1,000 times over. Bob needs nothing to me. Let's see, the new selector arguments might come in handy for here. Yeah, the dx, dy, and dz for the upcoming arguments in 1.8. That should give me the option to do a cuboid selection area instead of having to do a cylinder. No, spherical, sorry. I think there is a cylinder method you could do. I think so anyway. Might be. So that means if I had a command block, which is still not in the freaking creative inventory, really should be, I would need the northwest corner, which is here. So if I went in a few blocks just for the circuitry here, glass, and then gave it this point, which is what, 45, 102. Good to know. Then if I did a timer, I think I would probably want to do a redstone timer in here. And I had quite a few mob types. How many mobs did I actually have in total here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thoughters. Is there a selector argument for size? There is not. There is no argument selector for size, which makes the slime sizes a bit more difficult to grab unless you know something, Nat. I mean, if you know something to do that, that'd be great. For the time being, though, I think I'll just go with the ones that I have here besides the slimes. I can always add additional command blocks for those testing later on. Oh, right, that's not filled in. Go ahead and just break this out a bit. Oh, that should be enough room. Go ahead and make a hopper clock. Not a hopper clock, a command block clock. Negative X. So I gotta remember that. Let's see, negative X. Y is gonna be the same. 10 on the Z should be fine. Stone block. Alrighty. Then I just need to inverse the X coordinate on this and make it air. Go over one block instead of back one block. Alrighty. Got the timer. I was use test for or scoreboard? Or do you mean test for on scoreboard? We need more space this way.